Today, let's discuss one of the most important financial metrics in investing, the PE ratio. By the end of this video, you'll understand what the PE ratio is, why the PE ratio matters, and how to interpret a high PE ratio versus a low PE ratio. Learning finance completely changed my life. A lot of people think finance is boring or that it's all about numbers. But in reality, finance is much more than numbers. It's about decision-making, business, risk, opportunity, psychology, and human behavior. Once I started learning finance, I began seeing the world very differently. Welcome to Basics Finance. I named this channel Basics Finance because I believe financial literacy is a basic skill that everyone should understand. Unfortunately, it's something many people never get the chance to learn properly. Today, I'll help you remember the most important things you need to know about the PE ratio. After this video, you'll never look at a stock price the same way again. So stick till the end. Number 1. What is the PE ratio? PE stands for price to earnings ratio. The formula looks like this. PE ratio equals price per share divided by earnings per share. But forget the formula for a second. The PE ratio is basically asking one simple question. How much are investors willing to pay for $1 of company profit? Let's look at a simple calculation. Imagine a company's stock price is $100 per share and its earnings are $5 per share. The PE ratio would be $100 divided by $5 equals 20. That means investors are willing to pay 20 times the company's annual earnings to own the stock. It means investors are paying $20 for every $1 the company earns. Number 2. Why does the PE ratio matter? Price alone means nothing. A $500 stock can actually be cheaper than a $20 stock. You might be wondering, what? How can a $500 stock be cheaper than a $20 stock? But that's how investing works. When you evaluate a company, you don't just look at the stock price. You can compare the stock price with the company's earnings to understand its valuation. And that's exactly what the PE ratio helps you do. It helps you determine whether a company looks expensive, reasonably valued, or potentially undervalued. Let me give you an example. Imagine I offer you two businesses. Business A earns a net profit of $1,000 per year, and I ask you to pay $10,000 for it. In other words, you're paying 10 times its annual earnings. Now imagine Business B also earns a net profit of $1,000 per year, but I ask you to pay $30,000 for it. For this, you're paying 30 times its annual earnings. The obvious question becomes, why would anyone pay 3 times more for the same profit? And that question is exactly where investing becomes interesting. Understanding why investors are willing to pay more for one company than another is one of the key reasons why the PE ratio is so useful. Because investors aren't just buying today's earnings. They're buying what they believe the company can earn in the future. Number 3. How to interpret a high PE ratio versus a low PE ratio. Generally, a high PE ratio may suggest that a stock is relatively expensive or that investors expect strong future growth and are therefore willing to pay more relative to its current earnings. A low PE ratio may suggest that a stock is relatively cheap, which could indicate lower growth, higher risks, or in some cases, an undervalued investment opportunity. For example, technology companies often trade at higher PE ratios than mature consumer brands. Why? Because investors believe technology companies may grow their profits much faster in the future. Let's look at some familiar companies. A company like Tesla has historically traded at a much higher PE ratio than a company like Coca-Cola. This doesn't necessarily mean Tesla is a better company. It simply means investors are willing to pay more for Tesla's earnings because they expect higher future growth. Similarly, companies such as Apple, Netflix, and Microsoft have often traded at higher PE ratios than more mature businesses because investors expect them to continue growing their revenues and profits. This is why you should normally compare companies within the same industry. Comparing Coca-Cola's PE ratio with Pepsi's PE ratio may be useful. Comparing Tesla's PE ratio with other automobile manufacturers may also be useful. However, many investors no longer view Tesla as just an automobile company. They see Tesla as a combination of an electric vehicle company, an AI company, an energy company, and even a robotics company. Because of these future growth expectations, Tesla has often traded at a much higher PE ratio than traditional automakers. But comparing Coca-Cola directly with Tesla may not tell you very much because they operate in completely different industries with very different business models and growth expectations. It is important to note that a high PE ratio is not automatically bad and a low PE ratio is not automatically good, because context matters. Sometimes a company deserves a high valuation because its future growth prospects are strong, and sometimes a stock looks cheap because investors expect future problems. That's why the PE ratio should be used as a starting point for analysis, not the final answer. If you'd like me to analyze your favorite stocks, leave a comment below and let me know which companies you'd like me to compare and analyze in future videos. Subscribe to Basics Finance. I make finance and investing concepts simple, practical, and easy to understand.
Yeah.
See you in the next one.
Sometimes